to action plans, agendas, and rosters. At the end of this lesson, you will understand the purpose of an action plan, agenda, and a team roster for your school climate transformation team, also known as OK Transform. PBIS Framework Implementation. When implementing positive behavior intervention supports, also known as PBIS, it is important that your school climate team is following the framework of practices, data, and systems. PBIS Framework Implementation Tier 1. PBIS is a proactive systems change process with a focus on improving school climate. The underlying concept is teaching behavioral expectations in the same manner as any core curriculum subject. Rather than telling students what not to do, the school focuses on preferred positive behaviors. The three critical features to a successful framework implementation are 1. Systems, which is the keystone feature and ensures sustainability. Next, we have practices, which support all students' academic, behavior, and social-emotional learning. And also we have data, which drives decisions and guides the problem-solving process. These three critical features work together to promote positive, predictable, and safe environments for everyone in school settings. Remember, positive interactives, predictability, and safe environments are all aspects of a positive school climate. Sustainable systems. One of the purposes of this presentation is to introduce to you the necessary components of a multi-tiered system of support, also known as MTSS framework. Those sustainable systems are secure administration support, establish a team, secure coaching support, and run effective meetings. Secure administrative support. By ensuring the administrative support, this provides the staff and other stakeholders the importance of implementing the best evidence-based practices and policies. The administrator can assist in setting the team norms. Also, the process provides feedback to educators, which aligns nicely with the teacher-leader effectiveness, as principals already provide their staff with explicit feedback. Next, the administrator's core roles in the process of implementing this system is attendance, so they are available to be a part of the decision making. As well as having an administrator present changes the dynamics and communicating the importance of the information and shows their staff this work is worth their time. Last, this also provides the administrator the opportunity to have direct communication to all stakeholders. Overall, the administrator's role is developing and overseeing the long-term vision and cultivating staff buy-in as framework is being built. The leadership is key to success. Establishing a team. The desired outcome is to establish an effective and efficient leadership team. This team can create a team that is representative of your whole school. In order to create an OK Transform leadership team meeting schedule, create a clearly defined working agreement, create standard meeting agenda and format, create a decision-making procedure, team roles, and a system for collaborative meeting. Team composition. The purpose of your school climate transformation team is to provide leadership for the development, implementation, and evaluation of universal procedures in the building for all students and staff. To effectively and efficiently complete their work, membership of the school climate transformation team should be a representative of the school as a whole. In collaboration with staff and students, School Climate Transformation Team provides leadership for the development, implementation, and maintenance of procedures that promote responsible student behavior and a positive learning environment in the school. Securing coaching support. In addition to suggested roles, team members may be designated to serve in a coaching role to support their school-wide PBIS implementation. In many ways, all team members will serve in a coaching role, which include listening, questioning, reviewing data, encouraging, teaching, prompting, providing practice and modeling, communicating with all stakeholders, distributing information and gathering input, and organizing, promoting professional learning activities. Some teams may have the ability to identify someone who serves primarily as a coach for their staff. Our goal in all meetings is to be problem solvers and not problem admirers. This is why it is important that we discuss the components of running effective meetings. We have all been to meetings where all you do is talk about the problem. As an educator, that can become very frustrating and stressful. People aren't tired from solving problems. They are tired from solving the same problem over and over again. Meeting goal. The ultimate goal during each team meeting is to solve problems. First, we must identify the problem with precision. Then, the team must develop solution actions. Then the team must implement those solution actions. And then the team must evaluate how well that solution worked. I want to point out a very important component in each step. At each step, it is important that the collection and the use of data is being considered. All decisions are made based on data. As we continue in our process of creating sustainable systems in our PBIS framework, an action plan clearly organizes each task in a meaningful way to ensure plans get carried out. When you can see each task laid out, you can quickly decide which task to assign to whom. Action planning allows you to hold each other accountable for the goals by providing a written plan of the work to be accomplished. The core components of an action plan are long-term goals, short-term steps to reach those long-term goals, setting timelines to complete the goals, providing accountability by making someone responsible for that task, resources needed to complete the desired goals, communication plan, evaluation measure, evidence that the products are complete, and review status. As you can see on this example, a short-term goal is to ensure administrator is a part of the PBIS team and meetings are scheduled to ensure attendance. There is a column for the goal date and who is responsible for the task. Action plans provide accountability and structure for accomplishing short-term, manageable steps designed to result in the attainment of long-term goals. Remember, short-term action plans can be accomplished in months, whereas the long-term action plan guides the entire framework and establishes implementation goals for the following 3 to 5 years. As we continue to discuss the components of a sustainable PBIS framework. A good action planning comes from effective meetings that utilize an agenda to help all team members continue to sustain their system, monitor practices, and compile and use data for decision making. Creating an effective agenda is one of the most important elements for a productive meeting. The agenda typically communicates 1. Topics for discussion, 2. A time allotment for each topic, and 3. The person responsible for reporting or leading. Now that I have introduced the necessary components of establishing a sustainable system, I want to briefly cover the necessary components of effective meetings. Here are a few goals you can begin working on to ensure you have efficient and effective team meetings. First, establish clear purpose and authority for your meeting. For example, what is the purpose of your OK Transform team? What kind of impact are you going to have on students, families, and staff? Last, what authority do we have to implement solutions? Next, your team can create efficient routines for meetings. For example, agree upon a start-stop time. Create a meeting schedule. Have meeting expectations. Will the expectations be for your team be respectful, be responsible? Will your expectations be discuss expectations for side conversations? Come prepared. Will you have technology in your meeting? Define roles for each member on your team. We will discuss more of this process later on in the training. Next, the team needs to adopt a meeting agenda or create your own to fit your team needs. And finally, adopt a team action plan. These are useful because they provide a framework for thinking about how you'll complete a lesson, task, or project efficiently. Agenda. The agenda can also be used as a checklist to ensure that all information is covered, and if it is distributed before the meeting, it allows the participants to know what will be discussed. This gives the team an opportunity to come to the meeting prepared for the upcoming discussions or decisions. Additionally, agendas often include a space to take notes or indicate members' presence, tasks, activities, or assignments to be done before the next meeting, the dates of future meetings, and the possible agenda items. An agenda can be more focused and helpful in guiding an efficient meeting when objectives or outcomes replace simple topics. Terms such as review and edit, discuss and decide, draft a plan for, determine next steps, and so on, help to avoid unfocused, long-winded discussions of topics and guides all towards specific outcomes. With each agenda item spelled out in this manner, the purpose and desired accomplishments are clear. And when team members are off on tangents, the speaker has a clear purpose to bring them back to listed agenda items. As you can see on this example, this agenda includes a space to take notes, indicates members present, task, activities, or assignments to be done before next meeting, as well as the dates of future meetings and a possible agenda items. Team roster. To efficiently and effectively accomplish your school-wide implementation task, the work must be distributed. The OK Transform team is a team in its truest form. Together, everyone achieves more. Effective meetings that lead to successful action planning and utilize consensus decision-making often have several common roles that are designated to make the processes run more smoothly. Although the name and nature of these roles may vary from group to group, this represents an array of roles that have been found to contribute to success. Depending on the size of your school, not all teams may use all of these roles, although some are essential. The common roles are site facilitator, data analyst, note taker, timekeeper, and team member. Roles are most often assigned based on interests and the specific skill sets of individual team members. Some teams opt to rotate the main roles through the group members in order to build the experience and skills of all participants. However, avoid an over-reliance on a few and equalize all while preventing any perception of concentration of power. The specifics of roles is perhaps less important than the commitment to use roles and effective group processes to heighten your operation and productivity. Thank you for listening. In the next lesson, we will be given access to start creating these permanent products.